Hello, I'm Devora Grazer, founder and CEO of KISS Patent, with 20 years of experience in helping startups stand out from the crowd and raise the money that they need by using patents to increase their startup's valuation. In this video, we'll talk about how your startup can leverage its patents for your next funding round. In our first video, we talked about how patents are property and why VCs absolutely love patents. In our second video, we talked about what makes a patent valuable to a VC, and of course, how VCs determine that value. But now it's time to turn the tables and make those patents get to work for your startup. Let's talk about how you can use patents to boost your startup's next funding round. So what goes into a funding round? Once your startup has a product, then each next round requires your startup to show real progress. What is your market traction? What is your user growth? Is it the famous hockey stick or just a weak stream of new users? And what amazing things will your startup do with the next investment if you get it? If you don't have good answers to these questions, then VCs aren't going to fund your startup for a successive round. With the investment bubble close to bursting and many underperforming tech unicorns getting ready to head off to Never Never Land, your startup needs great answers to get funded, and your answers better be even greater than your competitors' answers, or you aren't getting the money. Patents are one way to show real progress in creating property for the VC to invest in. Patents allow your startup to build partnerships with bigger companies and make real-world progress because patents represent access for those partners to your technology and even to your market area. At the end of the day, your startup can charge for that valuable access. I have personally valued patents for investors according to the size of the market that the patents potentially control. This patent value is the value of your startup's patent property, real property with real value that your startup can use to increase your next funding round. Here's another way to value patents. According to the size of your market that your competitors can't access. Let's suppose your startup, like any self-respecting, disruptive innovator, is directly challenging the big company dinosaurs on their turf. Big company dinosaurs still have big teeth. So how can you protect your startup from getting chomped? Really valuable patents protect your startup's market space from competitors. After all, you don't want to go through all the work to develop your startup's market just to let all your competitors in, right? Without a patent, you might as well invite your competitors into your startup's market space. VCs don't want to put a lot of money into your startup just to have someone else copy your startup's ideas and steal your market. And of course, how much sweeter to inform your big company competitors that not only are they dinosaurs, but that your startup owns their market space. Your funding is tied to the valuation of your startup, but that is tied to the value of your startup's potential market. Patents provide an extra guarantee that your startup can own its market and defend it, even against the largest of competitors. Of course, if your startup doesn't have a product, then a patent represents a concrete form of your idea, which your investor can value independently of your unique ideas. So at the very earliest round, your patent may be the only real property for your VC to attach a value to. No wonder early stage startups benefit so much from patents. And in subsequent funding rounds, the value of your patent gets stronger as it grows to protect your increasingly valuable ideas. So how much is a patent worth to a VC at the various stages of your company's growth? As I said in our last video, startups with at least one patent have a valuation that is at least $1 million higher than without the patent. In fact, each additional patent can also add $1 million to a startup's valuation. So each patent could add $1 million to your startup's valuation in the next round using your startup's same ideas for your business. Talk about making your ideas work twice as hard. So patents increase your startup's valuation, especially in early stages, and potentially more in the later stages when your startup begins to get noticed by bigger competitors. That is why patents are so important to your startup and why VCs value them so highly as assets. and why you can use patents to demand a higher valuation in your funding round. Want more information? At kisspatent.com, we have guides and information to help you launch your patent. Click the link below to download our free guide on how to increase your startup's valuation with a patent. That's it for now. If you have any questions, please leave your comments below or email us at info@kisspatent.com.